I'm writing this from my corner office on the 47th floor of a Manhattan high-rise, looking out at the city lights while everyone else is at home with their families. It's 11 p.m. on Thanksgiving night, and I'm the only person in the building. Even the security guard went home early. My name is David Chen, I'm 41 years old, and I'm a senior partner at one of New York's most prestigious law firms. I make $850,000 a year, drive a Tesla Model S, and own a penthouse apartment on the Upper East Side. By most people's standards, I've made it. I'm successful, wealthy, and respected in my field. So why do I feel like the biggest failure on earth? 3 hours ago, I was supposed to be sitting around a dinner table with my ex-wife Jennifer and our 2 kids, Emma, who's 14, and Tyler, who's 12. Instead, I'm here, finishing up a brief that honestly could have waited until Monday, because I don't know how to be anywhere else anymore. Let me back up and explain how I got here. Jennifer and I met in law school at Columbia. She was brilliant, top 5% of our class, editor of the Law Review, the kind of person who could argue any case and win. I fell hard for her during our constitutional law study group, when she demolished my argument about the Fourth Amendment with such precision and grace that I knew I had to marry her. We graduated together in 2009, right into the worst legal job market in decades. We were both lucky enough to land positions at big firms. She went to a mid-sized corporate firm, and I started at Morrison, Klein & Associates, where I still work today. We were young, ambitious, and convinced we could have it all. The first few years were actually great. We'd work late but come home to our tiny apartment in Brooklyn and cook dinner together, sharing stories about our cases and our difficult partners. On weekends, we'd explore the city, try new restaurants, and dream about our future. We got married in 2011 in a small ceremony in Central Park. Jennifer looked stunning in her simple white dress, and I remember thinking I was the luckiest guy in the world. Emma was born in 2013, and Tyler in 2015. Jennifer took maternity leave both times, but she struggled with the transition back to work. Her firm wasn't as understanding about pumping schedules and childcare emergencies. Meanwhile, I was getting noticed at Morrison Klein. I was billing 80+ hours a week, taking on high-profile cases, making a name for myself in corporate litigation. The partners started talking about a partnership track for me. This was huge, most associates never even get considered. But it meant even longer hours, more travel, more pressure. Jennifer and I talked about it extensively. She said she supported my ambitions, but she needed me to be more present at home. I promised I would be. I meant it when I said it. But here's the thing about big law firm culture, it's designed to consume your entire life. When a partner calls you at 10 p.m. on a Friday and needs a motion filed by Monday morning, you don't say, "Sorry, I'm reading bedtime stories." When a client wants to schedule a crucial meeting during your daughter's school play, you don't say, "Family comes first." You do the work, you make the sacrifices, and you tell yourself it's all for your family's future. I started missing dinner more often. Then I started missing bedtime stories. Then I started missing weekend soccer games and school events. Jennifer would send me photos from Emma's dance recitals and Tyler's baseball games, and I promised to make the next one. But there was always another case, another client, another crisis that needed my immediate attention. The partnership decision came when Emma was 8 and Tyler was 6. I was passed over. The feedback was clear. My work was excellent, but I needed to show more commitment to the firm. Translation, I needed to work even harder. That's when I made the decision that destroyed my family. I told Jennifer that I needed to go all in for the next 2 years. No family vacations, minimal weekend commitments, complete focus on making partner. She could handle things at home, we could afford a nanny, housekeeping, whatever she needed. Once I made partner, I promised, things would be different. Jennifer looked at me across our kitchen table in our Westchester house. We'd moved to the suburbs for the kids' sake, and said something I'll never forget, "David, you're already gone. You're asking me to wait 2 more years for someone who might not even exist anymore." I didn't understand what she meant. I was doing this for us, for our future security, for our kids' college funds. I was being responsible. I made partner in 2021. The day they announced it, I was in depositions until 11 p.m. I came home to find Jennifer waiting up for me with a bottle of champagne and a card the kids had made. "Congratulations, Daddy," it said in Emma's careful cursive and Tyler's messy print. I opened the champagne, and we toasted to our future. But nothing changed. Partner meant more responsibility, not less. Bigger cases, bigger clients, bigger stakes. I was traveling 3 weeks out of every month. When I was home, I was on calls, reviewing documents, responding to emails. I'd sit at Tyler's baseball games with my laptop, half watching him play while I worked on briefs. I'd help Emma with her math homework while simultaneously negotiating contracts on my phone. The worst part was how normal it all seemed to me. This was just what successful people did, right? This was the price of achievement. My own father had worked constantly when I was growing up. He owned a small manufacturing business in Ohio and was always at the plant, always dealing with some crisis. I turned out fine, didn't I? But I wasn't fine. None of us were fine. Emma started having anxiety attacks in middle school. She'd call Jennifer crying from school, saying her stomach hurt, begging to come home. When Jennifer suggested family therapy, I said we didn't have time. When Emma's guidance counselor wanted to meet with both parents, I sent Jennifer alone. Tyler began acting out. He got suspended twice for fighting, started failing classes he used to ace. His teacher said he seemed angry all the time, that he talked about how his dad was too important to come to school events. When Jennifer told me this, I felt a pang of guilt, but I pushed it down. I'd make it up to him when things calmed down at work. Things never calmed down at work. Jennifer stopped trying to include me in family decisions. She'd schedule dentist appointments, plan birthday parties, handle parent-teacher conferences all by herself. When I'd ask why she didn't check with me first, she'd say, "Would you have been available anyway?" She was right. I wouldn't have been. The final straw came last year during Emma's freshman year of high school. She had the lead in the school's production of Our Town. She'd been rehearsing for months, was so excited about it. The performance was on a Thursday night in October. I had planned to go. I'd even marked it on my calendar. But that afternoon, one of our biggest clients, a pharmaceutical company facing a massive lawsuit, called an emergency meeting. They were flying in from Switzerland and could only meet that night. I called Jennifer from the office. "I have to work," I said. "Tell Emma I'll catch the next show." There was a long silence. Then Jennifer said, "There is no next show, David. This is it. This is her big moment, and you're going to miss it." "I'll make it up to her," I said. "We'll do something special this weekend." "No," Jennifer said quietly. "You won't. Because there will be another client, another emergency, another excuse. There's always another excuse." She hung up. I stayed at the office until 2 a.m., closed the deal, saved the client millions of dollars. I felt that familiar rush of accomplishment, the satisfaction of solving complex problems under pressure. I was good at this. I was really, really good at this. When I got home, Jennifer was sitting at the kitchen table with a stack of papers in front of her. "Divorce papers. I can't do this anymore," she said. "The kids can't do this anymore. You've chosen your career over your family every single day for the past 10 years. I'm done waiting for you to choose us." I was stunned. "Jennifer, be reasonable. I'm doing this for us. For our security, for the kids' future." "What future?" she interrupted. "Emma barely knows you. Tyler acts out because he's desperate for your attention. I feel like a single mother married to a stranger. What exactly are we securing here?" I tried to argue with her, tried to explain about the partnership, about the financial benefits, about how all of this would pay off in the long run. But she just shook her head. "You know what Emma said to me after her play tonight?" Jennifer asked. "She said, I knew Daddy wouldn't come. He never comes to anything important. She's 14 years old, and she's already given up on you." That hit me like a physical blow. But instead of stopping to really hear what Jennifer was saying, I got defensive. I listed all the things I provided: the house, the private schools, the family vacations, the ones I mostly worked through, the college funds, the security. "Money isn't love, David," Jennifer said. "Providing isn't the same as being present. The kids need a father, not a bank account." The divorce was finalized 8 months ago. Jennifer got the house in Westchester. I get the kids every other weekend, though something always seems to come up. Work emergencies, client dinners, court appearances. I've seen Emma and Tyler maybe once in the past month. Jennifer has started dating someone. His name is Mike, and he's a high school history teacher. He makes probably 1/10 of what I make, but he coaches Tyler's little league team and helped Emma build a set for the drama club. When I drop the kids off after our weekends together, I can see how comfortable they are with him, how easily they laugh at his jokes. It kills me. Last month, Emma asked if she could stop doing our every other weekend visits. "It's just awkward, Dad," she said. "You're always on your phone anyway, and Tyler would rather be at his friend's house." Tyler nodded in agreement. "My own son would rather be anywhere than with me." I tried to explain that I was working to build something for their future, but Emma just looked at me with these sad, mature eyes and said, "Dad, I don't need you to build my future. I just needed you to be part of my present." Tonight was supposed to be different. Jennifer invited me to Thanksgiving dinner, not as her husband, but as the kids' father. Mike would be there too, but she thought it would be good for Emma and Tyler to have both their parents at the table. I was going to go. I really was. I'd cleared my schedule, told my assistant to hold all calls, even bought a pie from that bakery Jennifer loves. But at 3 p.m., I got a call from a client in California. A major acquisition was falling through, and they needed immediate legal advice. The other party was threatening to walk away by midnight. It was a $500 million deal. I looked at the pie sitting on my desk, thought about Emma and Tyler waiting for me in Westchester, thought about Jennifer setting a place for me at the table despite everything I'd done. And I took the call. I've been here ever since, saving a deal for a client who will forget my name in 6 months, making money I don't need, solving problems that don't matter to anyone who actually loves me. The worst part is that I'm good at it. I closed the deal, saved the acquisition, made everyone happy. My phone has been buzzing with congratulations from partners, promises of bonuses, hints about bigger opportunities. This is what success looks like in my world. But I'm alone on Thanksgiving night, and my children are at home with another man who cares enough to show up. I keep telling myself that next time will be different. Next time I'll choose them. Next time I'll be present. But there's always a next time because I keep choosing wrong, over and over again. My therapist, yes, I finally started seeing one, says I use work as an escape from the anxiety of real intimacy, that it's easier for me to solve other people's problems than to face my own emotional unavailability. He says I equate my worth with my productivity, that I don't know how to be valuable to people unless I'm solving their problems or providing something they need. He's probably right. But knowing that doesn't make it easier to change. Jennifer texted me earlier. The kids asked where you were. I told them you had important work to do. Emma said, his work is always more important than us. I don't know how to keep defending you, David. I don't know how to defend myself either. I make more money in a month than most people make in a year. I have everything I thought I wanted when I was a struggling law student. I'm respected, successful, financially secure. And I've never been more miserable in my life. Final question, is it possible to rebuild relationships with your kids after you've been absent for so long? Have any of you managed to find balance between career ambition and family life, or is that just something people tell themselves? At what point do you accept that you've made your choice and stop trying to have it all?